Once, the walls of this ruined outpost of oppression and brutality stood firm, and even today the traces of its cruel purposes remain scattered across the land. What follows is the story of the oppression that Western soldiers carried out against civilians. This forced outpost represents the repeated history of cruelty and violence, yet it also proves that no power can break the will of a people. In the record of crimes committed by Western troops in Afghanistan, the Gurda Sarai district of Paktia province stands out as a place where the daily lives of local residents were constantly threatened. Eventually, they were forced to take up positions in defense of their freedom. Gurda Sarai district, Paktia. This green and fertile land once offered a beautiful scene of life. People who loved peace and prosperity lived here calmly and securely. But like many other parts of the country, the American occupation changed the lives of the people of this beautiful province and took away all their joys. One night, the sky was filled with shining stars, and the moonlight spread across the village houses at the foot of the mountains. Suddenly, American soldiers raided the village. Their target was the home of an innocent civilian named Khan. The soldiers carried out acts of terror in his home. After beating members of the household, they killed Khan's brother and then left. Sometime later, while the family was still mourning their loss, American soldiers raided Khan's house again and forcibly took several other family members with them. These injustices were done to us. A raid was carried out on us by the Americans. One of my brothers was martyred, then they conducted 2 or 3 more raids. Another brother of mine spent 3 years in prison, and even now he has mental problems. Then a mortar hit our house, 2 children were wounded. Another brother of mine spent 12 months and 12 days in jail. This is our home. We are now living in the mountain area, we have nothing left. The American forces did not only oppress village elders and young men, even innocent children, who did not yet understand the meaning of cruelty, were not spared. During the years of occupation, in the Sultan Kale village, several children were playing when a mortar shell suddenly landed among them. The children were killed, and villagers later gathered what remained of them. They targeted the children, they didn't even look to see whether they were children or adults. They committed such cruelty against us. They would aim directly at us. Once, when they fired shots, the bullets hit among the children. 2 children were martyred, and 3 were wounded. The tribe was large, and many people gathered to collect the children's remains. It was such a painful and horrific scene. We have suffered a lot. For 10 or 12 years these pains have stayed in our hearts. We have not seen a single day of happiness, all our days have passed in sorrow. I myself am completely torn apart because my whole body has been hit by bullets. My chin, my ribs, my sides, my back, everything has been struck by bullets. The American military did not only cause human suffering, they also destroyed and looted people's property. A man named Hakim Khan, another resident of Sultan Kale village, recounts the painful moments when his household belongings were burned before his eyes, and the collapsed walls of his home still remain as they were.
This is my house that was burned by the foreigners at the time when they raided it. They came even though there were no suspicious people in the house, there was nothing inside. They burned all our belongings. This house is still destroyed. We have no ability to rebuild it. The children had just recently come out of the tent. We suffered a big financial loss because there were many things inside. This incident happened in 2018.
In this district, not only ground raids took place, but drones and jet aircraft also dropped bombs on civilian homes. Many times, these bombings destroyed houses and led to the deaths of innocent residents.
In this country, war buried us. Rockets were fired at the checkpoint, jets came and bombed the checkpoint. They bombed our home directly. 2 or 3 of my nephews were hit, and one of my brothers was hit. These problems came to us. After the bombing, we hired a car, but even finding a car was difficult. When we reached Garda Sarai, orders had already been given to bomb that vehicle as well. We faced these kinds of hardships. We had spent everything on building this house. We even sold the mountain behind it. Now we have neither last night nor the next morning, nothing is left for us.
The people of this district suffered greatly at the hands of America and its allies. During raids, occupying forces showed no mercy and followed no laws or principles. They committed acts of inhuman cruelty that are painful even to hear about.
Quick, no! Quick! Stop! Leave! Quick! Leave!
Kyle Muhammad, another village resident, had his house struck by a mortar shell, killing 2 of his daughters. Even today, when he recalls the scene, his throat tightens and his face reflects deep grief for his martyred children.
When the Americans came, they kept asking whether the Taliban had come to our house. We told them, we did not invite them, this is their own country. They said, this is the village of Haqqani Sahib. They pressured us again. I had gone a little distance away from the house when they fired a mortar from the checkpoint. The mortar hit my home. 2 of my daughters and 1 of my sons were martyred.
During the presence of Western troops, no one in this district felt safe. Even years later, the bitter memories of life under occupation continue to haunt the villagers. Some recall the stories of the village, while others remember the tragic events their own families experienced during raids. Every person in the area carries the scars of oppression on their chest, and all prayed for the end of occupation. The cruelty became so severe that every young man in the region was ready to resist. These suffering people joined the ranks of the Islamic struggle and fought bravely until foreign military occupation was completely expelled from the country. The spirit of jihad was ignited in this very region. From the embrace of Garda Sarai district arose courageous fighters whose names echoed beyond Afghanistan's high mountains. After years of sacrifice, the struggle bore fruit. The light of freedom spread, villagers returned to their homes, and now they breathe calmly in peace. Children move forward toward their future. Instead of the sound of explosions, the ringing of school bells is heard. Farmers sow seeds of hope in their fields, now free from the smoke of gunpowder. Life has returned, hope has been reborn, and every person now lives in peace and calm. Today, the flag of freedom, won at the cost of lives, flies proudly over this village.